guys and girls, Super X, aka Russ here. I want to give you guys a little update on the SunBox E8 MOONRAKER. I've had it for almost 2 weeks now. In case you're not familiar with this mod in its entirety, I'm out here in a different place just to kind of mix it up a little. Didn't feel like setting up photo lights, thought I'd go in with some natural lighting, and no one's home. I thought I'd take a few minutes just to make a quick video. So you can see this mod takes a tank, remember that, or a dripper. Has a little locking wheel here. You can raise the elevator. Not used to working this way, so please pardon me. And there's your tank. Now, one of the things I thought I'd bring up that came to my mind after talking to some people that have high-end tanks is they like to display their high-end tanks, right? I mean, they don't want to necessarily always have them down in a mod. They like for people to see them. Got one of those Uber Toots or a Pico or something like that, or God knows what. I'm not a tank guy, but your mod can just as easily, you could run it like that. It's still, pardon me, it still looks really tight on your mod. And then, you know, or again, you could put a dripper on top of it. But you got that. There's your tank. You could show it to the world. Show everyone that you got a $250 tank or whatever they cost. Rock on. This is a $45 tank. That's in a vape shop. It probably comes cheaper. But the other cool thing about it is when you're done with all that, you can just take your tank. You want time to go home now. You just put your tank away. Goodbye, tank. Goes in your pocket, or you don't want to show it. Maybe you're in a place you don't want to show it. I personally, you could run this down so the tank sits flush with the top of the mod. You could project it at any height you really want. I've been giving it a tiny little bit of projection. As you can see, plenty of room in there. The other thing I wanted to kind of share is this brass that you see here around the battery interface screw, the battery like replacement changing where you get to the battery screw cap nut. That's not going to be on the production model. It's upgraded with stainless steel. Andrea Montino pointed that out to me, and I wanted to make sure you guys knew that. I don't mind the brass. I think it's really cool, but again, that screw in itself is just pretty cool deal. So remember, this mod vapes with the tank up or down, or again, you can load a dripper on it. Air intake is through those two slots, but if you look inside the mod, there's plenty of room around the tank. Now I have air slots. I have all the air slots. There's 2 of them open, one towards the back, one towards the front. But there's enough room in this inside here for air circulation to be fine. I mean, you could probably, I just hold it naturally. And baby, a lot of different things about it to know that you won't know until you get it. And again, the fit of this thing in hand, and the fact that when you're done vaping, I mean, lock it, pocket, rock it. You don't have to worry about orientation of it, nothing of that nature, because it's a tank. And if you have a solid tank like this one that screws together and doesn't pop apart, you got no leaks in your pocket. Okay, now I've been running it right about there, 30 watts, but it runs like insanely fine at I don't want to change temp on lock, that's right. Perfect. Runs perfectly at 40 watts. You can watch the screen. I have no issues. People ask about these things, so I thought I'd cover it in this like kind of follow-up video that 40 watts. I mean, let's see if we can look at the screen. I mean, it's strong. I don't screen like a flicker or anything. I don't vape at 40 watts. So I vape at I've been running this one around 30. So that's kind of key. The other thing I wanted to bring up to you guys, because again, when you live with a mod for a week or two, you think of things or you notice things that you don't all the time notice. And that's that the battery life on this thing is insane. It's a very, I guess the conductivity in it is just off the chain with this cap system that's on here. Now, when I shook it in the video, you could tighten this cap down with your finger as much as you need to, but my tank might jiggle a little bit. Depends on how tight I have it on there. I'm not into like janking things down on connections. There's the mod. I just tighten the tank down a little. No battery run. I could make the battery run if I loosen this up a little, this cap. But you guys, just to refresh you guys on this innovation of design. It's not an innovation of design in the mod world. In the SunBox world it is. It's like an evolution to not have to pull your battery out and rely on a spring, but have a mechanical contact. And again, this piece is sick. Look at it. Look at the killerness of it. So your battery goes in right there in that hole. Quick and easy, no big deal. You have no springs to worry about, no lost conductivity. I don't know what it is about this mod, but I've drained countless tanks, but I don't think I've replaced the battery maybe once. Put another battery in it, and that's it. So you just put this little thing in, and you're pretty much right back in business. Last time I blamed this on my viewfinder, but you just got to get it on there right. It's not, trust me, for nobody else will anything ever be a challenge. For me, everything is a challenge. So, I think I'm just getting camera shy. Oh, I think if I didn't have like a fuzz stuck in it. I don't have any animals in the house, but I think I had some kind of fuzz from my pocket stuck in it. And that's it. Then you just tighten this thing down with your finger, your hand. This will be a familiar feature to people that have high-end dripping mods or tank mods or whatever. You know, you guys know I'm a squonker. But the fact that I've been loving this tank more and more and more, I'd be lying to you if I wasn't trying to work Paolo to sell me this thing. I want to keep it. I don't want to send it back. But it's just an awesome mod. It's a really awesome mod. So my buddy Chris Provencher, well, I'm sending it to him to review it too, and he's stoked about it. I don't know if he knows how stoked he's going to be till he sees it, and then I'm going to probably wind up the same. He's probably going to wind up want to angle Paolo the same as me. Hey, I got to get one of these right now because, again, we're squonkers. That's what we do. We squonk. We got holsters to put our squonkers in. Well, there is something to be said about a mod that when you're not in a position to holster it, and I'm sorry, I mean, there's not an RDA I use that can turn upside down in your pocket, no matter what RDA it is, how good it is. Maybe one like a thumb, possibly, I don't know. I still don't even try it because juice could emit. What juice is going to emit out of this? So, I mean, you're just talking about possibly the most pocket-friendly mod ever made for a tank. Most tanks are popped out on top of mods. There might be, I think I've heard of some that are similar in concept, like one mod, the tank beside it or something, but it's not the same as having it down in there protected. So I just wanted to kind of follow up with you guys with a little more insight and perspective on this, having owned it. I'm actively trying to get Paolo to sell me this thing. So any help you guys can give me, any props you want to say, hey, sell that thing to Russ, he wants it really bad. Help me out, because I don't want to let it go. I mean, I really don't. But I will. I will send it back, because that's just the way it is. I also have a killer review on the PB7 pipe mod that I'm going to be doing pretty quickly. I think I'm going to shoot it this weekend, and because it's an awesome mod. There was no movies on it, so I asked Paolo if he was talking to me about it and showed me pictures. I said, I've never seen that, any movies on it. Can you send it to me so I can make a movie of it? So I'll make a movie on it. And I think it's actually pretty wild the way it works out, like a pipe. And I'll put this killer silver tank on it. But what it really needs, and it's going to be missing from my video, is a nice pipe stem. Now, I'm not a pipe smoker. I've smoked some pipes in my life, but what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So Moonraker, it's dropping. People are going to be getting theirs. The colors look insane. This one, the mill, fresh from the mill, fly mill, is insane. So I hope that you guys are on that list if you're not, or whatever, if you want it or don't want it. But I'm just telling you, squonk dude, one squonk dude to another. This thing is a killer part of your, this thing could be a killer part of your collection for heading out. And you just can't take a squonker with you. Or you don't want to leave one in your car and make trips out to your car. You can just have this thing in your pocket and game on. So anyway, Happy New Year's to y'all. And I'll be seeing you soon. Super X, out.